So for this question, we have a table of values for a function. If x is 0, f of x is 2, so f of 0 is 2. X is 1, f of 1 is 3, f of 2 is 6, f of 3 is 11, f of 4 is 18, f of 5 is 27. And a lot of mathematics is based on pattern recognition. So if I look at this, is there a way for me to establish a pattern so that I can predict the value for f of 6 as well as the value for f of 20? So, I mean, how can I do this? I think the way most students recognize is to go up from 2 to 3, it goes up by 1. From 3 to 6, it goes up by 3. 6 to 11 goes up by 5. 11 to 18 goes up by 7. 18 to 25 then goes up by 9. So I'm looking at the next one, continuing the same pattern. The next one should go up by 11. So if I have 6 here, 27 plus 11 is 38. So I predict then that f of 6 is 38. Now, there's many other ways that you could do this, but that's the first one that comes to mind for me. Now, the other question that's asked here is, what is f of 20? Well, I could fill in all of the numbers between 6 and 20, and that's going to be rather tedious. But rather than doing that, I want to see, is there another way for me to identify a rule here? And it's just a matter of looking to see if you can identify it, right? If the input is 2, the output is 6. If the input is 3, the output is 11. If the input is 4, the output is 16. And what I would say here is 4 squared is 16, that's close to 18. 3 squared is 9, that's close to 11. 2 squared is 4, that's close to 6. So what do I have? What's happening? Take your input, x, square it and see what happens. 0 squared is 0, I've got to add 2. 1 squared is 1, I've got to add 2 to get 3. 2 squared is 4, I've got to add 2, I get 6. 3 squared is 9, I've got to add 2, I get 11. 4 squared is 16, add 2 is 18. 5 squared is 27, add 2, 5 squared is 25, add 2 is 27. 6 squared is 36, add 2 is 38. So we've identified the pattern. By looking at this, we see that the value of the function is the input squared plus 2. So if I want f of 20 or anything else for that matter, I can find it using this rule. 20 squared plus 2. So f of 20 squared is 400 plus 2. So f of 20 with our exercise in pattern recognition is 402. Now there's several other ways you could have done this. There's not one approach that will work when we're looking for patterns, but that is a skill we want to have in mathematics.